Illuvium Deathmatch has just arrived, and with it comes another awesome outlet here for the Illuvium universe of games. But this plays much differently than anything we've seen so far in the Illuvium universe. So let me break it down for you. What is Illuvium Deathmatch and how do you play it? First and foremost, what is Illuvium Deathmatch? Deathmatch is an extension of the Illuvium universe where you register your creatures or your Illuvials into a battle royale, and then you watch as they fight to the end. The player with the last Illuvial standing ends up getting the most rewards, as well as having an additional shot at getting the jackpot in certain game modes. But if your Illuvial loses and gets defeated in battle, there is the chance that it does end up getting lost permanently. The nice thing about Illuvium Deathmatch is that you don't actually need to install anything to get started. All you need is a web browser of some sort, whether that be on a PC or a mobile device. You can have access to Deathmatch essentially wherever you go. Now, you'll need to make an account and log in. If you're a newcomer, use whatever email you want. But if you're a returning Illuvium player and you want to use your Illuvials that you've already caught during your time through, say, Illuvium Overworld or the Auto Drone run, make sure you log into the same email account as you did for those games. That way you can use your already existing Illuvials in Deathmatch. Let's take a look at the menus when you first log in here. The home menu is where you go while you're waiting for your match to get started. Any of the Illuvials you already have queued up waiting for a match will be up on the left-hand side. And then on the right side, it actually showcases past matches that have happened in the Illuvium Deathmatch. The play menu is where you go to register your Illuvials for battle. We'll go over this more shortly. Now here is the results menu. Under My Results, you'll get to see the results and replays for all of your Illuvials matches. Show how much currency they earned, as well as if they survived the battle or not. You can tell whether they survived or not based off of the color of the skull under the outcomes section. If you see your skull is green, congratulations, your Illuvial survived the fight. If it's red though, it has been defeated and unfortunately is lost forever. On this page, you'll also get to see a small stats breakdown of your overall performance in that deathmatch game mode, as well as your best fighter performance-wise in deathmatch. Under global results, you'll be able to find all of the results and replays from every single match in Illuvium Deathmatch under that game mode, as well as a small leaderboard showcasing the top players in regards to their earnings. Lastly, there is a section here for leaderboards overall where you can see the best players in regards to earnings, wins, as well as the biggest losers in regards to how many Illuvials they've lost. The Challengers menu is where you would go to take a look at the Illuvials you currently have in the game, or where you want to go to potentially get more Illuvials later. Then there's the Crypt, which is an additional menu for extra things that you can do with your currency, either purchased or earned through the game. Some of these are still a work in progress, but I imagine more will be added the longer the game goes on. When you click on your profile on the right side, a little drop-down menu will appear. It'll showcase how much of each currency you happen to have. It is also the place you'll end up going to when you want to withdraw your winnings outside of the game later. Lastly, under the Illuvium Deathmatch logo, you'll also see a drop-down menu for the game modes. As of the time of this recording, there were 2 game modes, but you can expect to see more later. Before we start breaking down gameplay mechanics, I do want to go over the Illuvials themselves. Illuvials are the creatures in the Illuvium universe. They are categorized first off by their tier, which is basically their rarity, as well as their stage, which is in regards to their evolution stage. Each species of Illuvial has a handful of evolution stages, usually a baby stage, a middle stage evolution, and their fully evolved form. On top of the tier and stages, there is also the stats portion for each Illuvial. Every Illuvial is graded based off of their health, attack, and Omega. Their health is in regards to how much damage they could take before being defeated. Their attack is in regards to how hard they hit. And Omega is in regards to how effective their big ability is. Every single Illuvial has a charged up ability called their Omega. And how good your Omega stat is could reflect, say, the amount of damage dealt or the amount of healing given. Speaking of Omegas, like I was saying before, Omegas are the Illuvial's special ability. It charges in battle while attacking, and then it's used as soon as their bar is full. We'll get to see this in action in a little bit later, but it gives various effects depending on which Illuvial you're using. In this menu, you can hover over each Illuvial, hold shift, and see what every Omega does. Another way to do it is also, I have a video for this. We'll go over all of the Omegas for every single Illuvial in the game. Now, that was a lot of details, though, and that could be a little bit difficult to get into. Thankfully, Illuvium has thought of this, and they made a very, very quick and easy way to figure out just how powerful your Illuvial actually is, thanks to the power rating that you see on each Illuvial's icon. The power rating basically takes everything that we just talked about and squishes it into one graded number. Or to keep it simple, the higher the power rating, the stronger that Illuvial. Now, if you're just getting started or you're looking to pick up more Illuvials, there are ways to do this directly in the game in Deathmatch. There is either the pack opening section in the Crypt, or when you're in the Challengers menu, there is a button that says Buy More Challengers, which will bring you to the same place. You'll see that you'll be able to buy packs. Each of these packs give you 8 Illuvials. Which Illuvials? That's all random. How powerful? That's all random. These packs can be purchased with either of the currencies in Illuvium Deathmatch that are called Skulls or Bones. Let's go over that next. Skulls are the purchasable currency in Illuvium Deathmatch. You can buy skulls from the profile page. You'll see the section there for Buy More Skulls. They are used to buy packs, and for matches that have an entry fee, skulls are the currency used for that. In those matches where there is an entry fee, skulls are the prize for that as well. And skulls are also the prize for the big jackpot that everybody's shooting for. Skulls are also the currency that you can eventually withdraw and turn into out-of-game resources later. You can find that through the withdraw button on your profile drop-down menu. Now, bones are a non-purchasable currency that you get from rewards while playing the free game mode, the game modes that don't have an entry fee. Bones, as of right now, can be used to buy more packs, get more Illuvials, and will likely be used for other features later down the road as well. Speaking of the game modes, let's go over them real quick. There very well could be more game modes that come out in the future, but as of the time of this recording, there's just 2. Standard matches are where you sign up your Illuvial and pay the small skull entry fee and battle it out in a 10-player free-for-all, with the rewards being skulls, and of course the winner of the match getting an opportunity to potentially win the jackpot that again has a massive amount of skulls as a reward. That jackpot slowly gets built up the more people play the game without it being won, and eventually resets once somebody does actually win it. Now, free matches don't have an entry fee. You just register your Illuvial and battle it out again in a 10-player free-for-all. But the rewards are bones, and you do not have a chance at earning the jackpot this way. The other thing to note as well, when you sign up your Illuvial for a free battle, the chance of losing your Illuvial when defeated is much higher compared to the standard mode. So how does a session of Illuvium Deathmatch look for me, for example? So I log in, I make sure I have enough Illuvials for my session. If I need to buy more Illuvials, I'll get them through the Crypt or through the Challengers menu. If I'm good to go, I check which game mode I want to go into, then go to the play menu. For this example, I'll go into Standard mode. From here, I pick the Illuvial I want to use in battle. I do this by clicking on the Illuvial I want, and then on the right-hand side, you'll see the circle. That's the battlefield. I can specifically choose where I want my Illuvial to start the battle. However, I have to take into consideration that I have no idea where anybody else is actually going to start the battle. If I wanted to sign up more than just one Illuvial, I could absolutely do that. There are a couple numbers right above the battlefield where I can then select up to 10 at a time. For those that do want it, there is a bulk option as well if you're just trying to get as many Illuvials onto the field as fast as possible. But for today, I'm going to do them individually. Once I'm done, I look towards confirm. You can see the skull entry fee there. I hit confirm, I pay the skulls for that entry fee, and then move to the home tab. From here, I'll see my match that my Illuvial is registered for and the queue for all of my Illuvials that are set up to go into the deathmatch pit. On the right, Deathmatch TV will be there showing some replays, but as soon as my match starts, that match on the TV will switch over to my current match with my Illuvial. Once the match is live, it'll count you down and off goes the battle. This is the part where you watch your Illuvial compete in the pit and hopefully score you some rewards and survive the battle. What can you do about it though? Absolutely nothing. You cannot control your Illuvial whatsoever in this pit. It is all up to the Illuvial to score the rewards and survive. During the battle, you'll see all of your opponents. At the bottom, you'll see the names of everyone in which Illuvial they brought to the fight. You'll also see the health remaining of everyone's Illuvials and what rewards are in the prize pool for which place. For this standard mode, for example, it's the top 5 that get skulls. As for the fight itself, the Illuvials will attack a target near them right off the start, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to stick to that target the entire time. In a group brawl scenario, where there's a bunch of Illuvials all clumped up together, your Illuvial very well may change the target it's going after. You'll see the health bar in green for your own Illuvial, and then all the opponents will have a red health bar. Under the health bar, you'll also see a blue bar slowly rising up every single time the Illuvials attack. That is their Omega bar. Once that bar is full, your Illuvial will use its special move. It'll use its Omega. Depending on which Illuvials are in the fight, the effect will be different. Once the Omega is used, the bar goes empty and you'll need to recharge it again through attacking. One thing to note as well while these battles are happening, if an Illuvial happens to take out and get the final blow on somebody else's Illuvial, the Illuvial that ended up getting the final blow will get a massive heal. This battle goes on until there's one Illuvial left standing. Once the battle is over, you'll see Mozart the drone doing triage on all of the Illuvials that were competing in the battlefield, checking to see which Illuvials survived and which ones didn't. And the higher it placed in the match, the better chances it gets at surviving the match. Another thing that helps your survival chances is getting the first takedown or first blood in a match. Whatever Illuvial happens to get first blood is guaranteed to survive. You can see which Illuvial got first blood in your match via the purple or pink blood drop icon you see next to the Illuvial's name in the menu below. If your Illuvial survives, it gets to fight another day. You can use it in deathmatch again if you wish, no issue. However, if it does not survive the fight, it is gone forever and cannot be used in anything. Once Mozart's done checking up on everybody, a menu will pop up showing the full results for that match, seeing how much you earned in regards to the skull rewards and which Illuvials survived and did not. If you happen to win the jackpot, it'll also show up here as well. That's what we have, the risk versus the reward, so to speak. The pain of defeat, but the excitement of victory is very real here in the Illuvium Deathmatch. And with that, I want you to also think about these Illuvials that you are using here in the Deathmatch. These Illuvials that you're using could be withdrawn. They could potentially be your arena partners if you were to play Illuvium Arena. Or maybe when Obelisk Rising, the MMO Lite for Illuvium, comes out. That could be one of your partners in Obelisk Rising. So if you lose them here, they're gone. So as with any game that involves risk and chance, please make sure that you play responsibly. Never play with something that has some sort of sentimental value to you. Never play with something that you cannot afford to lose. And lastly, I do not recommend Illuvium Deathmatch for anybody below the age of 18. If this video helped you at all, it would mean the world to me if you can drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I have a ton of videos around the entire Illuvium universe, and I'm just getting started here with Deathmatch. Alongside the videos, I do also stream Illuvium titles, whether it be Arena, Zero, or now Deathmatch. And then eventually Obelisk Rising, once it comes out, that'll be happening every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Friday, I also host Illuvium Arena House League, which is also streamed here on my channel. But that's it for now, so as always, good luck with your training, Ranger.